Okay, I want to tell a little bit of story about two mayors who are cousins, two male mayors. They're cousins, and they're mayors of two, towns in Victorson County, Texas, that are next to one another, conjoined, and their attitude. They're very well. Let's say they're 40 years old when this began. The story began in early 2020, and they're very arrogant. Some call them narcissistic, but not in an evil way, like some would say an evil. They're low on the spectrum. Okay, they're just, they're kind of on the lazy side, and, they want to have other people, they want people to look at them and think of them as so great and wonderful, so they become mayors, but they want other people to do the work. Okay, that kind of attitude. Now, the elders at the time in this county, they basically run the county. They know their families, and they want to keep an eye on these two guys, so they made them mayors. The elders really run the show as it is, so they just needed people in that position, those positions as mayor, to do, in a way, what they want them to do. But they do everything legal. It's legal, not illegal, but legal. They do not do anything, like I said, not illegal. Anyway, now the mayor of a town called Peace is Benjamin, and his cousin is the mayor. His name is Johnathan. He is the mayor of Foundation. And like I said, the elders wanted to keep an eye on them. They have known about them, but the elders would always have any final decisions, and they're not the kind of evil. You can be narcissistic and not be evil. So, not pure evil. Some are. It depends on where they are on the spectrum. I think of more as a continuum. But anyway. Now, they are charmers, and they are rather arrogant, and they like being the center of attention. But they really don't have what it takes to be the mayors. Okay. Now, these two mayors, they would go to, like, the local, in between restaurants, and they had one of their favorites, and they would go there, their cousins. And they go there and they just sit around chit-chatting, and people knew if they needed the mayor, they just go there and see him. And instead of going to their office, they prefer to be like that. They just have people around them in the dining. Well, early 2020, things started to change. And as the time went by, some of the residents, because things had to close, restaurants, all this, they could sit outside, but, yeah. They came up with it. They got tired of it. They got tired of hearing people complain about that some people weren't doing this and some people were doing, were expecting them to, from both sides they heard arguments and complaints. And so what they decided, these mayors, okay, they got tired of hearing people complain. They decided they were going to lock down. Okay, they were going to lock down one of the towns, and people who who wanted to lock down, they could move there, and people who didn't could move to the other town. They were so arrogant. They actually thought they could do this. But this kind of thing is not too unusual either, because the ranches, people who are descendants, they go there a couple of weeks out of the year, and they basically do their work to keep their inheritance and stuff up, and they just do. That's a long story in itself. Anyway, other things had started to happen that were in the county, and the elders weren't happy about it, and they decided that they were going to kind of take what these two mayors said, but do it in a different way. A more organized fashion. People would know that this is going to happen. It's not just two mayors saying, that's it. So, now they went to two people, Paige and a guy, Derek. A man, they're about the same age, they're in their 50s. The elders went to them and said, okay, let's organize this. And they helped to organize it, and they got Adam to do some programs and everything. And, they wanted to do this. Plus Paige and Derek were already, because of what was happening going on, they were already secluded on one of the ranches and had bodyguards and everything because they were like two very important people, and there was so many problems going on. Anyway, they got them to think about what's going on, had a lockdown in the county, and they did what they call rolling lockdowns, and people were okay with it. They liked that idea. This was early 2020 now, okay. And it helped with what's going on, so people really didn't know where anybody was at any time. Now, you know, people had options. Nobody was forced. They had options. So, anyway, Paige and Derek, you know, and the elders, they let Benjamin and Johnathan think that it was all their idea, that they were following their lead. Well, they were, in a way. But anyway, not like they were going to do it. They were just going to say, this is how it is, and that's it. You know, so, but they gave the ABC elders and Paige and Derek and all them, they gave them options. And now, the mayors, they kind of started to realize that their reputations were in jeopardy. Okay. You know, so they started learning more about the job, and they're still like at a slacker level. You know, the staff did most of the work, and I think many of us have probably been around people who are slackers and know that if you look at them, they're kind of a little bit narcissistic because they think other people will take up the slack. Not all, none of this is one size fits all, of course. But yeah, many of them I've run across in my lifetime that are slackers, or the ones that think that, you know, that they're there to, you know, they have a histrionic behaviors often too, a blend, and they're there for just fun, and then somebody else is, you know, the other people, they do the work. They still want to get paid, but they don't really want to put all the energy into doing it. But in this story, Benny and, you know, Benjamin and Johnathan, they realize they have something to learn, because the ABC elders and not ABC elders, the XYZ elders and Paige and Derek, they're starting to take over. And so they wanted to keep their jobs. So they, like I said, they started not being as much of a slacker. Okay, so like I said, they were low on the spectrum, and for them, they weren't all that deeply abusive as somebody higher up on. So they realized, hey, you know, we have to straighten up. But the only reason they straightened up was because they realized they had to. You see. Now, as far as their background, their parents were twin sisters and fathers, twin sisters and brothers. Their parents, the mothers were twin sisters and the fathers were twin brothers. There now. And Johnathan and Benjamin, they kind of looked alike. They were cousins, but they looked pretty much alike. And you know, they felt that they got a lot of, you know, what happened to them, they got a lot of attention because of this, and you know, one of the reasons. And they felt that, you know, they liked that attention. They liked people giving attention to them. And they grew up expecting people to, and to be praised for it, and so on and so forth. But like I said, whenever they realized that people were no longer seeing them, they're 40 years old now, no longer seeing them in that respect, they said, okay, we're going to straighten up and fly right as much as possible. Anyway, I wanted to get this part out, and you know, I'm going to have more to say about them in another video, and like about their relationships and stuff like that. But I wanted to get this part out first. I'll talk to you on another video. Bye. Hey, I meant to mention that these are hypothetical fictional stories, part of a series that's all hypothetical fictional. Of course, Texas is real, but the counties, you know, the whole rest of it is pure fiction. Read the disclaimers in the description box below this video on YouTube. And like I said, it's an ongoing series, part of a big series, and I'll be making more videos. Talk to you on another video. Bye.